I was introduced to this wonderful company called Nikken by a client lying on the table one day. I attended a public presentation, and I sat there for 90 minutes listening to the various facts and figures. But what really got me was the stories from different people getting up and talking about how the products had in fact helped them through things that the traditional medical community had said to them, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to learn to live with it. My issue in those days was with my legs. I was standing a lot. At the end of every day, they were burning and aching and numb. So I started with a pair of the MagSteps insoles and was blown away by the difference. It wasn't long from a simple pair of insoles to where I basically had a full wellness home and decided that I wanted to build a big global business. We have a wonderful concept that's unique in the world called the wellness home. And what the wellness home is a Japanese high-tech way of reconnecting our bodies with the goodness of nature, sort of the ancient healing arts combined with a really high-tech twist. The wellness home in a nutshell, by not asking you to change what you're already doing, we improve your sleep, we improve your environment, we improve your nutritional levels, and we get you doing fitness very, very easily. So all in all, it's a win-win.
And talking a little bit about the products, I've grown up with them. I've been using them ever since I was a kid. When I was young, I played a lot of sports, and I would always come home with little injuries. When I was young, I used to play baseball, and I had tendonitis in my elbow for a little while. And by using one of the magnets and putting it on there, I felt great relief from the discomfort that I felt. I drink the water, and I take the nutritional products, the Greenzymes and the Ciaga every day. I find that they give me a great boost of energy anytime I'm going to play sports, play tennis, go for a workout. Really good stuff.
It all started with me with a profound product experience. I was busy teaching, as I had done for 22 years, and was diagnosed with a chronic progressive illness that is neurological in nature. It has multiple symptoms, and at that point I was left in a wheelchair for a number of months. Over the course of the next several years, it was medication and going to doctors, using canes, and life was really pretty unhappy and miserable in our home. We had no balance. When someone's sick, it affects the whole family. A number of years later, I was introduced to the Nikken products by my husband's friend, and after several months of using them, I started to notice that my health started to improve. If these products could do what they have for me, imagine what they can do for people who have less debilitating challenges than I do. And from there on, my mission was to share these products, the business opportunity, and the vision of what Nikken has to offer to absolutely everybody we came in contact with. And the business simply is word of mouth, sharing about an incredible product that adds value and benefit to people's lives.
I was playing tennis up my brother's tennis court. I went down hard on my right knee, got up, and I found it, wow, something had happened. I couldn't put any weight on it. I couldn't straighten it. So I went to my doctor, to my chiro and physio, and I went through the whole system to see if this knee could come around. And this went on for months, and finally I got a prescription, but I couldn't drive. The pills were so strong I couldn't drive the car. So it was either stay home and be drugged or, get out and move around the world and go through this agony. A fellow came into my office, a fellow by the name of Mike DiMuccio, with the funny-looking thing that he had success with his father. It looked like a credit card. And he knew of my injury, and he wanted to try this. So anyways, we put this product on my knee, and in 10 minutes, everything went, just like it melted away, as if I never had the accident. I wanted to know more about it. I attended a presentation, and subsequently, I just had a million names of fellows that I knew, golfers and buddies. I got excited and came on board. I have so many friends and so many people that I see that are, unfortunately, their health is not improving. It's going down. I was very fortunate to come across this product and get my health back. I think when you see something that improves your quality of life, it's almost an obligation to help others with that. It's what I'm doing, and to be very frank, it's been more rewarding, this business, than 35 years I was in the camera business. My purpose now is to help others attain success, and in doing so, I get success. So it's a win-win scenario, and it's spiritually, to me, very complete.
Why the business? Why the product? Well, it started with the products, really, I have to say. It really attracted, got my attention because a few years ago, one of our children had a chronic breathing disorder. By introducing the wellness home into our home, within 2.5 weeks, our daughter was able not to use the medication anymore, and literally the challenge that she had disappeared. So that completely got my, not only got my attention, but really caught my heart. And from there on, I just thought of all the people around me who I felt would benefit from it. And that's really how Nikken started.
I got involved in Nikken because I had had terrible digestive disorders my whole life. I was diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. I went through all of the medical channels, and nothing was really working for me. And I just kind of managed the pain through my whole life. It became so bad, it was completely debilitating. I was seeing a specialist, and they weren't really able to do anything with medication. And a year later, I found myself unable to work, and I was pretty much bedridden. So I was that way for a couple of years until I found a doctor. She was an MD but had a very holistic approach. I was seeing her every month, and she kept saying that she thought that my body would heal itself if I could get more hydrated and more alkaline. But she would harp on me all the time about getting this Nikken water system, and I kind of let it go in one ear and out the other till I was visiting my hometown in Toronto, and one of my closest friends, Stacy, started talking to me about the exact same water. And, you know, sometimes you get messages from enough different sources, you think, okay, there must be something to it. I did get on the water system. I got an Aquaphor and a shower head, and I noticed within a couple of months my symptoms had gone away. I started having more energy. I was so blown away, really, by what had happened. We got the whole wellness home. My husband's allergies went away, aches and pains in his body went away. I've had a lot of benefit from being with Nikken. The biggest thing is the products have changed my life and the lives of others, and to me that's the biggest joy.
And I had had a 20-year history of trouble with my legs and had surgery in my legs when I was in my 20s. And my legs ached all the time and got puffy all the time. And the minute I put my feet in those insoles, I would say within a few minutes, I could tell that something was happening in my body, and my legs started feeling better. My sleep became more profoundly refreshing. It took a few days. Jim noticed it right away, and one day it took me about 4. And I got to tell you, I have not been ill. If I start to get anything at all, it's gone. I power down the immunity product that we have. The water is key, I think, for everybody. And notice my skin, my hair. So I'm feeling great. Physically, I'm feeling wonderful, and I do credit the product.
I'm a thoracic and general surgeon, and I practice out of Toronto East General Hospital. As far as my medical background, I'm an assistant professor of surgery at the University of Toronto in the Department of Surgery, and I've been practicing for over 18 years. I have a number of other titles, being medical director for the surgical service at my hospital. I'm the head of the Division of General Surgery at Toronto East General Hospital. I am an examiner for the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Canada and the chairman of the section of thoracic surgery for the Ontario Medical Association. I have a number of personal titles as well, hockey coach, hockey trainer, etc., etc. I do lead a busy life. My interest in Nikken began a number of years ago when I was complaining to a friend of mine about sore, tired, aching feet. You must understand that as a busy surgeon, I stand and operate anywhere from 10, 12, sometimes 14 hours at a time. And at that particular time, I was complaining a lot, also because it was becoming more and more difficult for me to play hockey, which I love to do a couple of times a week. Anyways, my friend came along who happened to be a distributor and was very enthusiastic about the magnetic insoles, or the mag steps. And he showed them to me. I had never heard of these things, and of course, being the skeptic that I was, I kind of rejected it. But he persisted, and my feet were sore enough that I was willing to try anything, and I'm glad I did. I had a wonderful experience with these magnetic insoles. Within 48 hours, the aching, the fatigue, that tiredness that I had felt for so long had disappeared. As a matter of fact, I remember I was so excited about that. I had put those mag steps in my skates. I scored 2 goals playing hockey, and I haven't taken them out since. But seriously, I did have a wonderful experience, and that piqued my curiosity.